So I wanted to come on here, guys, quickly to say I am shocked. I am shocked at what the government is doing. I'm shocked that they're rushing this bill through Parliament. If you don't know what's going on, they've split up the bill that we all rejected. Everyone in politics in the Parliament House have rejected. They've split up the bills and they're trying to rush it through Parliament to split up the gun laws. And now they've added the speech laws as a hate crime. They've snuck it in to the hate crime section, trying to silence us still, trying to silence Australians. And don't worry, whoever's in power, whoever has an agenda, whoever has a bias can use this against you. They can use it against any side which way. Because now they're trying to put through that it's a hate crime if someone feels fear. If someone feels intimidated or harassed about what you're saying, they can now turn it around and say it's a hate crime. If someone says they get fear from what you're saying, they can say it's a hate crime. If you can say, I'm against mass immigration, it's destroying the country, they can say that's giving fear to me coming over here, that's a hate crime. If you're marching for Palestine, they can turn it on you as well. Don't you worry if you're on the other side. If you're out there marching for Palestine, they can say you're causing Jewish people fear, you're going to be arrested. They can turn this any way. And don't worry, whoever's in power is going to use it against the other political parties as well. Don't you think Pauline Hanson going out there speaking against radical Muslims, they're not going to turn around and say you're causing fear and you need to be arrested? Guarantee you one nation will get attacked if this bill goes through. And all Australians need to be vigilant and see who's making this bill go through. Who's going to be voting for this bill? It's 500 pages long. How can anyone vote for this? They've just brought it in today, 500 pages long, and you have to vote on it in the next few days. How can you vote? How can you read it? How can you accurately go through all the wording and make sure it's right and debate it in Parliament? You can't. They're trying to rush it through, give you 1 to 2 days notice to try and force a vote. And don't worry, if the Liberal Party votes on this, it shows you where they stand. This will be the deciding factor for the Australian people, whether the Liberal Party really cares about free speech. Because if they go with the Labor and Greens and vote that it's a hate crime to make someone scared, to have them have fear, and many other things that they can word it, you can just say you are intimidated, you are scared of this person, and then they can be considered a hate crime. It's a slippery slope to end up like the UK against free speech. Anyone can say it's a hate crime when it's just about if you feel intimidated, if you feel fear. It's ridiculous. It does not make sense how they can put this legislation through Parliament. How can you vote on a 500-page bill when you've had no time to read it? And the Australian people need to watch who votes for this, because it really shows their standing, whether they're for free speech for the Australian people or against it, and want to use these trick words, sneak in speech laws into hate speech and pretend that you're calling for violence. Obviously, calling for violence is hate speech. Now they're trying to say if someone's just fearful of what you're saying, that's considered hate speech. That has never been the case. I can say what I want at the moment, and if you get scared by that, that's on you, as long as I'm not calling for violence, which I never do. I just call for change and have an open discussion. But now the Australian people need to wake up, see who votes for this. If Susan Lee from the Liberal Party votes for this, it's a disgrace. It shows you where they stand, and they're not for the Australian people, and they're pulling the wool over your eyes. So it's time for the Liberal Party to stand up, vote against this bill, vote against it with One Nation. And I really hope a lot of the Labor people also stand up and say this is rushed, this isn't right, because we cannot have these flippy-floppy laws in hate speech, in any speech. Speech laws need to be direct, and we have freedom of speech. That's how our country is so great. If we lose freedom of speech and they can twist it and arrest you because they say you're inciting fear, it's going to end really bad. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date. Thank you to all the members. We'll keep pumping out these videos. I just wanted to come on here and speak because this is so important at the moment for the Australian people to speak up. It's crazy. It's all happening. So let's speak up for Australia and see what's going on with this bill in the next coming days. And I really hope people in Parliament that care about free speech stand up.